Welcome to the adventures of George R.R. Martin. Today, well, firstly, let's recap who we've actually killed so far. But we've had some pretty hefty kills. Yesterday, we wiped out so many Starks. We killed Eddard, Loras, episode 1 and 2. Yesterday, though, we killed Arya, Brandon Stark, Rickon Stark, Sansa Stark, and then Jared Stark. No, he must be a random guy. Anyway, we want to obviously finish off wiping out that generation only... Well, mostly down to the fact they're obviously our rivals still. The last thing we want is Robb Stark causing any more issues, because at the very end of yesterday's episode, he petitioned Robert Baratheon to have a stand trial for our crimes. Now, because we've been swaying Bobby B, been winning him over, we're actually his good acquaintance. He, luckily, didn't take any of that shit. He was like, no, George Riddle Robert Martin clearly is an innocent and good man. And we're free. We're good to carry on. But he could do it again. And bear in mind, if he wins over Robert Baratheon more than we've won over Robert Baratheon, there is a good chance, say they become friends or something like that, there is a good chance that Robert will throw us in prison, have us executed, whatever, stand trial at the behest of the Starks. So, let's see what damage we can do. There's 22 of them. How the hell has that happened? Distant Stark cousins. Maybe we've got some... I don't know, it seems to come full circle. 22 living Starks. I'll have to dig up what Starks still exist out there in the world. Very weird. Maybe Jon Snow's kids? That doesn't count, right? He didn't even have any kids. He was a Stark. Oh, he's a bastard of House Stark, so that wouldn't have counted anyway. God knows what happened there then. We'll see what we can do, but luckily it's only immediate family members. So say, for example, we kill Mace the Ace, it'll only be Marjorie and Garland and all of those ones that hate us. The direct... relatives rather than distant cousins, whatever else. Like House Karstark, for example, don't hate us because we accidentally made Ned Stark die. Sir Simon has been a loyal and able servant. 5 gold to shut this guy up. Seems a pretty good job. Now, what we want to do... Oh, that's pretty good. What we want to do is make our dynasty as big and strong as powerful. I was going to say, let's take the seduction focus. Apparently, we're already there. Now, whoever becomes our successor, whoever inherits our title will also inherit the powers of George. Whoever gets the books gets the power. We may want to arrange an unfortunate accident for young Loras Martin here, or maybe disinherit him, find some way to remove him from the top of succession here. Bear in mind, he's got a lisp, but more importantly, George is a genius, Daenerys is quick and attractive. There's so many chances that future kids will have good traits, be that attractive or quick, or maybe even hitting it hard with genius there too. There's so much potential out of this coupling that I'm not really sure I want to settle with Loras. I don't want him to inherit all of this good power that we've got going on here. So, maybe we'll divide. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes here. But we might see if we can arrange a way for that kid to disappear. You never know. He might end up becoming shrewd, brave, genius. Well, obviously not genius, but any of those good traits. We obviously want to educate him ourselves, but apparently we can't get rid of our fucking guardian, I remember now. And again, the kind trait. Oh, that'll last all of about 2 minutes. On the plus side, though, it'll help facilitate a couple more plots, though. So we're still trying to kill Robb Stark here. 90% plot power, and there's no one else right now that wants to join. Not even Ramsay Bolton, Lord of the Dreadfort, wants to join us. It's 90%, so we'd have to... Is our Spy Master already up there? Let me just refresh my memory here. Yeah, they absolutely are. Killing him off is going to be very tricky. Can we use Plot Twist on him? We can't. He's already got vicious rumors spread about him. Remember, Theon Greyjoy was plotting against him for a while as well. There's nothing else we can do right now unless we get that next book pretty quickly. So what have we got? We've got Bastardian Candidate Clash of Spring. I'm hoping we can get the book that will allow us to start generating claims for our dynasty members. So every 4 people we kill essentially allows us to generate that claim on a province somewhere for our children. That way we can expand the dynasty out. Even the characters don't get landed. Say, for example, this kid here. I wonder if we could claim... Actually, I don't remember how I made it now. Whether it's a counter claim or whether we could, like, get a temple claim for our son and then turn him into a septon. And disinherit him via that method. That would be kind of cool if we could pull that off, but I don't think that... I think it is a targeted decision against the counter title. Who knows? It's not like I made the damn thing. Oh, Daenerys is pregnant again. Extremely cursed, but great news. The bigger the dynasty, the better, as far as I'm concerned. We could try and put a Martin on the throne of... I was going to say the High Lordships. What about just fucking everywhere? Because bear in mind, we're not limited to Westeros. Or actually, even cooler yet, would that not be a better idea? Put a Martin on the throne of every one of the 3 cities and make a Valyrian empire by proxy. Have them do it for us. Like we're just doing our own thing and let them fight it amongst themselves. That would be awesome if we would be able to pull that off. Man, that's going to be quite difficult. Obviously, the only way we can do it now because of the book we've written is via having a bastard. But I think this matching with the genetics we potentially got to play around with there is just too good to risk fucking up by introducing a load of bastards into the mix as well. Right, okay. So, today, want to crack out, obviously, the rest of the Starks. But we also want to finish off our Maester education too. Try and finish that one off. Let's see if we can sway this. Minus 59. Yeah, this guy is within the realm of potentially bringing him on board. So I am make him into a friend, get him on board. Maybe if we write another book about how shit Rob is, something else that gives a bit more power, this guy might not be too difficult to convince over. So we'll start working him over. And he's going to be our main target. Sure, there's probably a better target out there somewhere, but we're already in the middle of writing a book, so we're not too desperate for any of our powers right now. We got 37 learning. My God. I feel like we should trade that out for something else. A bit more intrigue probably couldn't go amiss. Although there are certain plots in the Game of Thrones mod that are limited to having multiple plot members. Kidnapping, for example, or fabricating claims, from what I recall, or plotting to fabricate claims anyway, require multiple plot members. So just having intrigue alone, just having 500% plot power by just George is not going to help. I'm thinking we go into a bit of diplomacy. I should have... It said maybe I can negotiate some extra royalties. I'm sure it was something very droll and very funny that I came up with. Oh, okay. Hoster Tully died without leaving an heir. Edma Tully died of severe stress, having gotten married to a distant Lannister, but not actually getting any kids. Distant Lannister was not her name. I mean, like, relation-wise. So now you've got Lord Paramount Emphira Tully of the Trident. This is Bryndon's daughter. Whoa. Bryndon Blackfish ended up siring two legitimate kids? Hang on. Well, I've lost my way here. Go back. What the hell even happened there? Bryndon Blackfish got married, yeah, to Alex Frey. And then they had a kid together who's now leader of the Trident. Well, that's a bit strange. And a son called Julian. Oh, he's quick as well. Damn it. Okay. I knew that was going to happen eventually. He's better than all our other kids. We'll train you in Thrift. Thrift is always a good one. The question is, what are we going to name you? We've killed a Rickon. We've killed a Brandon. What have we got so far? We've got Ed Ardina. We've got Arya. We've got Sansa. Loras. We need another male name. Let's go for... Rickon. I guess Rickon's... I feel like we're stealing their power here. No. Obviously, we've got to go for Brandon start rather than Rickon. Rickon's a shit. Now, what did Rickon even do anyway? There we are. Brandon Martin. Now, there is always a method to get rid of him, and that's kidnap him and try and dispose of him quietly. But if we are caught and we're found having murdered our own kid, not only will Daenerys then be locked up tight physically, in the sense that we'll get no more kids ever, so might we. We might be chucked in prison, but more importantly, we'll be considered a kinslayer, so everyone in the realm will hate us, which means the chance of firing any plots with George with any Faith of Seven characters and Old Gods characters will be just impossible. That's not going to happen at all. So, it's a big risk. It's a massive risk. We have to decide at the time, maybe when George gets ill or George gets maimed or whatever happens, when these kids are a bit older, compare the stats and see if, you know, just because this kid gets plus 3 to everything does not really warrant killing this kid off yet. Within a few years, he might catch him up and surpass him, especially if I forget to actually educate them. But we obviously want the best one possible here. Gunther Sworn Shield, you're pretty good. If we got in terms of... Oh, he's got Brave, Just, Honest, Proud. Leopold, the Treasurer of Rosby. You're pretty good. Let's get you educating Brandon then, see if we can get something good out of that. And our other ward now fucked off. That was the kid we were educating here. Thank God for that. Alright, I don't know how that happened, but we will go ahead and take over the education of Loras then. See if we can... The other kid's already good and has a good educator. We might as well, although we're not a good educator, we have much more fine control over his education, so might end up pulling something out of the bag here to turn him into something slightly better than what we've seen before. Alright, nice. Besides that, let's make sure you've got an education. Oh, she's the other genius kid. We've got to make sure we are giving these kids a good diplomacy education too. Halon is very good there. To ensure that we can get some good marriages. That would help out massively. Like I said yesterday, we want to go for houses that are powerful but not too powerful. Edric, the Spy Master. 25 prestige in exchange for potentially winning him over. Ah, fuck. What? Dragonlings, Women's, and Worms added to our treasury. Someone died? No, it wasn't Daenerys. She's still got her egg. She hasn't got a dragon egg. Probably for the best. Dragons, Worms, and Wyverns. 150% taming, hatching, and slaying chance. Bearing in mind all those kids have... Wait. Don't they? I thought when Daenerys... I thought that dragon blood was able to be passed on. Oh, there isn't dragon blood. Ah, because of the mod that broke. I remember. Don't have the Targaryen bloodline, though. Unfortunately, the only way we could breed that further is if we go for a matrilineal marriage. We could always divorce Daenerys and remarry her matrilineally. Still count as George's kids, just not of his dynasty. We've got 5 kids of House Martin. Then we get 5 kids of Targaryen. I wonder if that allows for close kin marriage. It does not. Okay. That must be a... Oh, but if it's dynasty-based, I wonder which would take precedent. Because I believe if you're Targaryen dynasty, you're allowed to do close kin marriages. But if we did it matrilineally with a Targaryen between a brother who is their full relative but not of their house, would that work? I mean, we've got to try it for science. Then we'd be able to get the Targaryen bloodline in here as well as everything else. We've got to try it. We've got to try it. Okay. We're going to have to try and soften up the septum. We've also got to try and do this in a way that Daenerys won't leave our court. That would suck. So let's see if we can win this guy over. I'm actually really surprised he won't give us a divorce straight away because she's a grandchild of incest. He has a high opinion of her. Because she's temperate, she's kind, also she's attractive, which will give him some points. Minus 28, fucking hell. We might not be able to pull this off after all. Unfortunately, we can't sway our religious head either, can we? Can we improve... So if we send Daenerys to King's Landing, it probably won't help. Also, why the hell are you on my council? Get out of here. Let's go ahead and find a new diplomat. Send him to King's Landing to improve Diplo relations, see if we can win over the High Septon that way. Divorce Daenerys, remarry her matrilineally. It's a bit of nothing ever happened, right? Gas. My good man, Gas. Just to double check, he is landed there still. Yeah, I just wanted to double check they hadn't changed where the High Septon was landed. Right, okay, let's send you over there then to try and improve Diplo relations. Now, bear in mind that also won't work with... Oh, hang on. Oh, King's Landing goes back together. Must have been the mod that we uninstalled actually divides that up then. It's a shame because I actually kind of like that they... that King's Landing had that entire section to them, but that's alright. So, what I was going to say is the downside to it is we won't win over Robert, but actually, no, we will win over Robert now with the improved Diplo relations. That kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Fantastic. Alright, George, what are we doing then? What are you doing right now that's not studying? Can we not study anymore for... Maester's changed. Am I limited now to going for just the yellow gold link? Because they haven't sent a quest in a while. We'll give them a bit more time, see if they want to offer us any more missions, but... We might just have to accept what we've got, unfortunately. Pneumonia. No. Let him die. Let him die. Will it work? Come on. I'm killed immediately. Yeah, whatever. Kill that man. Mild illness. Good symptom treatment. It's still a -2. Successful treatment. I said don't fucking tend to him, you prick. Ah. That's annoying. Alright, never mind then. Hand our treasure of died too. God damn it. Okay. That's really frustrating, especially given that we said don't tend to him. I guess Daenerys was like, oh, you tend to my child. Or whatever it is Daenerys do. I'm pretty sure that's a mechanic, right? I'm not just making that up. Anyway, right, let's get ourselves a new treasurer, or not. Oh, is it men only? It's all the men in our court and then our wife, so I'd assume so. I thought she was a wildling or something like that, but no, she's not. Alright, you'll do, Brandon. Treasurer already, has a lot of experience. Get him to court, see if we can... convince this guy to join us instead. That sucks so much. Now, one thing I want to focus on today is actually becoming a High Lord, because it seems like for a long time, we've been basically under the heel of this random house, Stokeworth, basically. House Stokeworth and then many descendants. There's obviously a lot of Stokeworth. If we can wipe out the Stokeworth dynasty, of which there is one, the title reverts back to Robert Baratheon, then he chooses his favourite lord in the... or is most likely to choose his favourite lord in the region if they have no other family members, which I assume she does not. She has a sister, so chances are she would inherit. Oh, this one's dead. Hang on, no, this one. So she has a husband. This guy might be named, or any of the vassals might be named. And if we can win Robert over before then a little bit more... We send him Maester links. That doesn't make much sense. Alright. That might be worth pursuing then. Maybe instead we change tactic here. Kill Falsey Stokeworth. 73%. Okay, let's put her in a position of power. Bit more chance of people hating her then. Alright, changing tactics. Sorry, Rob Stark, you'll have to wait. Bear in mind that people obviously like him quite a lot anyway. And this shouldn't take too long at all. Bear in mind, we are on the council and we can sway a bunch of other people quite quickly into joining us here. Look at that. 214%. Let's bring our spy master home as well. Oh, never mind. Young Lord Clayton of Stokeworth will soon be going on a hunting trip to learn about the majesty of the wilds. Show you friggin' majesty. Kill him dead. And then they will call us Sir Majesty. Lord Majesty. Your Majesty, George R... Fuck. Alright. Bear with me. This might take a while. Let's pull back our spy master like I was about to say. Get you back in Stokeworth. Die. No. We don't need to sway you anymore. Goodbye. What we need to sway is go back to old Bobby B. He's actually hit 50. It's so rare that Robert Baratheon lives to 50. I guess Cersei died early on, which helped out. He's got Joffrey, Edric Storm, Myrcella, Tommen, Mary, Raymond. What's that say? Argon? Sargon. Sorry, I can't see it. My cursor's slightly larger. And then Jocelyn, who is almost certainly a legitimate Baratheon because she got strong. Oh, look at that. Bobby B's actually continuing on his dynasty this time around. This is the most blessed timeline. Obviously not for the Starks. For them, it's probably the most cursed. Oh, shit. Symbol of... Oh, God. That's annoying. Spy Master has been murdered. Not a problem. It was an unrelated event anyway, and we've already got the plot firing. We don't really need it. It's just a little bit extra. Ah, there we go. Little Lord Clayton died a quick and painless death. Although, bear in mind, he wasn't one of the key players in the Game of Thrones, so we did not get any George points for that. This is purely for ourselves. Kill her, 241%, because we're on the council, etc., etc. And we can swear a bunch more people who now definitely do not like her. 253%. Oh, this is too easy. I wonder if how Stokeworth count. I don't think they do. I think I did the top 25 most mentioned houses out of all the books. So, to bring in with George, your Wisdom and Mercy are legendary. Sure. Someone who can get this done. Farmer, a man for the job, and we're going to kill her from 3 different angles. Wow, this is incredible. We're going to fucking get her. We've been invited up to Winterfell. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to that one. And we got our diplomacy point there. Very cool. So we lose a little bit, but that's okay. She's dead. She's dead. And she's dead. We shot her with an arrow. Simultaneously, her cart tumbled off a ravine into an inn filled with manure, which then exploded. Very dead. And she, as a result of her murdering us, as a result of us murdering her 3 times, she's decided to sack us from the council. It's fucking selfish. Unbelievable. Robbie B. King Robert, the child beater. What? Oh my god, she actually did give it to her fucking... She actually did... sorry, Robert actually did give it to her... widow. Bollocks. On the plus side, he's named us his seneschal, his hand of the king, essentially. So now, we continue it on. You're playing with fire. We will not stop until Bobby gets what? No, George gets what he deserves. Oh, there's too many fucking names. Nasty Bandits. Wow, that was fast. What a turnaround. How many members of House Birch we got to kill? 6. This is going to take a while. The chance of us obviously being caught now is massive just by law of averages. So, good luck. We need a better... Oh, he actually gave us a castle. Wow. Hey, look. Now we know that all these murders haven't gone completely to waste there. That's someone extra. Let's bring a couple of backup spy masters to court, because I imagine they are going to get assassinated once or twice here. Ah, another Maester's link. Okay, cool. So I was worried for a second that we'd be limited to only getting the 10. And then you'd have to pick a specialization. But no, they are letting us go in for another one. Bear in mind, whatever we pick now is essentially going to allow us to pick our specializations. So, let's choose this with the intent to pursue it. So, castles and architecture, I assume we've already got. That's the administrator one. Geography, law, or it could give us like Siege Master or something, I guess. Geography, law, or herb law. Law, I think, out of all of those would be the most impressive to try and pick up on. So, let's go for that one next. Oh, removed us from the council, huh? We will get our revenge. We will get our revenge. Do not worry about that. Okay, 186%. We just got to wait for this one to fire now. Friends with another Maester. How many friends have we made in the Citadel now? 5 of them and obviously 1 rival from our failed quest to Valyria again. Come on, put us in. Yep. Bobby B, remember how much you love us and want to name us the successor to the extinct Stokeworth dynasty. Another one's down. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we are. Man, I'm really genuinely surprised we are getting away with this so frequently. Next one's a child. People always want children out of the way. For some reason in Game of Thrones, they always tend to have, and CK2 I should say, it always had less of a concern getting rid of the kids, don't they? We are down to 1 plot backer though. All of this, we failed, wow. All of this is coming from our own plot power, which obviously lowers the chance of someone approaching us and saying, hey, I know someone who can get him killed. Let's write theorem paper then. Have we got ambitious? We haven't, but we can't go for it again. I'll ask for help for those around me, sure. Never mind, forget everything I said. Cedric has apparently found a poisonous viper who will... Oh, George. George and his feasts. This will be known as like the Feast of the Viper or some shit. We're going to go to the feast where he will be murdered horribly. Okay. Now for the child. Like I said, for some reason, people love killing kids in the Game of Thrones and CK2. 567% plot power. Over 620. Good God. And we're killing all the Spy Masters along the way. We've decided that we are going to kill little Jane Birch with a Kraken. I don't know how he has such power, because that's nothing I've added to the game. He's written another novel. Oh, you madman. How appropriate. A Dance with Madmans. Please. Look, the puns were hard. Dance with Madmans. There we go. Oh, this one's really good. Unlocks a targeted decision to give a character lunatic or possessed in exchange for our points. Rushed finale. Make a questionable sweeping change to this individual and permanently affect their personality negatively. Say, for example, some bells ring. And Robert Baratheon remembers, boy, I hate bells, and goes completely mad and burns down King's Landing. That would make him more likely to be assassinated, wouldn't it? Now, bear in mind, that's quite expensive. 30 from our George R.R. Martin power points there for a rushed finale to what will surely be the end to Robert Baratheon's life. We're not going to do that. Instead, we'll save it for a valuable target. Someone like Robb Stark, for example, is the perfect way to use that. But 30 points is very, very expensive. Young little Jane Stokeworth died. You think they'd become suspicious by now, wouldn't you? You think they would just say, Bobby, honestly, take this title back. This is not worth it, Chief. Let's do it. Oh, immediately! George, you're too strong. It's a 25 intrigue. To be fair, he is already an insanely good character. Go on, then. Knock the next one down. The Iron Throne colonization corner is ending inconclusively. Doesn't want to colonize. That's fine. To the honored acolyte, Lord George. My lord. I don't know why. For a second, I read that as my son. And I had so many questions to why elderly Justin Bieber or Spock from that weird Star Trek series wanted to, was our father. What am I talking about? What are we doing here? Oh, shit. The power of George. Sends out a paper. On the way. Flies through the window. Paper cut. Kills the dead. Too cruel for children. Alright, how many more have I got to kill here? One more. Oh my god, and that goes to House Musgood. Fuck. Is there a way we can incite revolt? She needs to... Wait, incite revolt against... I need to start with war with King. Have we got a... Opinion is less than 0. Have we got to have an opinion of her less than 0? Has she got to have an opinion of us less than 0? Her opinion of... Oh, Robert's opinion of her is minus... Or has she got to dislike Robert by... You'd assume that it would be her opinion of Robert that would be 0, right? What can we do with that one? Same liege as George of Brosby, so we can't have a fabricated treason. The best thing we could do is that one. Opinion less than 0? Oh, and we can't antagonize her either because she's not kind. That's a weird design choice, isn't it? Okay. I would kill as many as it takes to give George the throne he deserves. My throne, of course, I mean promotion from Lord to slightly higher Lord. Another one down. Man, we have padded the shit out of George's murders today. They haven't been important, but they have been, again, a stepping stone. Remember what Peter Baelish said? A very famous quote where he said... No, I can't quote. I was going to quote the scene with the two ladies in the brothel and they're, you know, naked and... Oh, I can't say that. I'm certainly going to get me fucking banned. All right, what were we doing then? Murder, though. Murdering kids. Absolutely okay. Talking about a booby on YouTube. How dare you? Susan will be out for blood. Let's write a novel. So, we've got enough inspiration just from the ticking background stuff with our high learning to get a bit more... to get a bit more... learning going there, so why not? Or to get another novel on the go, despite the fact that we've not killed anybody of importance recently. I possess a great mind. Another +2 learning. Now, bear in mind that that's not... Oh, wait. It upgrades your base trait. Oh, that's awesome. Gives us more learning. Oh, gives us even more learning. The Citadel, I actually never considered how powerful that in combination with all these mechanics added to George were. Might have a little bit of a nerf going forward. I wish I'd gone for diplomacy now. It's always the best one. A wedding. A wedding, you say? Ah, George loves weddings, quite famously. Oh, no, rescue Rosalind Frey from Pantry. Who the... I don't know who any of these people are. That's not what I meant. You know what George is good at with weddings. Thank you for having us. And now for the feast. And we became best friends with Master Walter. That's great news. And Master Clarence. That's great news. More people who potentially want to join our plots. You want to educate my daughter by... heir to the High Lordship of Stokeworth? Absolutely not. That's not going to happen. Now, let's make sure that the education is still going on here. Bear in mind that we've lost a lot of characters recently. Just to, like, random deaths. Obviously, our Spy Masters have been killed off left, right, and center. There we are. Let's make sure you're getting a good education, too. What am I doing here? Hang on. Sign Guardian. We want to make sure this kid is going to a good steward, right? Look at this guy. Kind, charitable, temperate. Diligent. Craven is pretty damn bad, but that's okay. That's something we can always get rid of just with a hunter trait for a few years. A fine tradition. We got another link here. So I want to pick, actually, peoples and cultures. And I think we probably want to take that as our... Another one down. Holy shit, I didn't even realize we fired that one. I want to... Oh my god, we got a double High Lord. Rosby and Stokeworth. Wait, High Lordship of Rosby is there. High Lordship of... Wait, they're two separate titles I didn't even realize. Oh shit, so we've accidentally made a double Duke? Well, that doubles the chance when we wipe all these people out of us inheriting one title or the other. So I'm fine with that. What was I talking about before I got distracted there? So I think peoples and cultures is probably the best specialization to take, bearing in mind that diplomacy is probably the thing that's holding us back the most now. We know that it's not intrigue. Bearing in mind, against some of these people, we've made up like 300% plot power just by the power of George. So we'll churn this one out. Hopefully we succeed, because we have failed that one link training. Thank you for having us. Bravo, wonderful. We're going for another feast immediately. Someone petitioned? Someone against our lord? God knows that. Probably should have read that, but that's okay. And we're done. Right, so let's go ahead and choose our specialization. So pewter, which link did we just get? Pewter link. Right, that's the one we want to go for. Boom. So we can gain Traveler. Oh, that's quite cool. Learning +2. Opinion penalty for different cultures is -25 and -25. Yellow gold links gives us Administrator. That's a nice system. I don't know, that's really what I was after. I want something like Diplomat that gives us, like, I don't know, +3 flat diplomacy or something, like, sort of the equivalent of Administrator, but for diplomacy would be fantastic. Discourage from factionalism. Yeah, we don't want to put a big old target on our back there. Plus we're part of the Liege Loyalists, so I don't know why the hell they're even bothered about that. And now, for this guy trying to restrict our rights and liberties, he dies. They should just... You feel like any lord within this, within these two duchies would just never get into a cart. They'd never go into an inn. They'd never agree to hunting. They would just lock themselves up. Speaking of which, another tragic... Nobody would think about two cart-based tragedies back to back. Oh, God. Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie. Got malaise. He might die. That would suck. We've only got 5 fucking kids. Daenerys, what's wrong? Please have Babby formed? I suppose it's because he's never fucking home. And he's old as all shit. Another one down. Incredible. How many more of these have we got to kill? Sorry, I need to check this other dynasty. 7 more. And even then, it might transfer to a different dynasty. So we've just got to keep trying here until eventually it falls back to Bobby. Until eventually he sees how great. Does that say, as a fat pig, I need to get into shape? What the fuck? How dare you? Goodbye, Lady Meredith. Oh, that's bad. Oh, my God. So, we're going to have to try... We need to get straight back on right now killing our important targets. Because the chance of dying every year is obviously going to be a combination of his age now plus the cancer. We need to outpace both by killing high-priority targets. If we want George to live, we have to focus on the big boys now. Oh, shit. Oh, he finished another book, though. That's cool. Death of the Author. Hang on. Is that the... Unlocks target decision to claim a county for a random child. Exploring a famous author loses control of his world. That's really, really good. Perhaps, then, we no longer need to slay off all these dynasty members and we can just prolong George's life, gain the inspiration. We've got to claim 1, 2, 3 provinces. We claim all 3. We declare war on our liege, take all 3 simultaneously. Ooh, it could work. And with a couple of clever marriages as well, calling in some allies to come and back us up, that could be quite powerful. What about House Ricker? His heir is Kermit Ricker.
Hello there. Would you like to marry my granddaughter?
Let's see who we've got kicking around. Sorry, arranged betrothal with my boy Kermit. Maybe Ed Ardina can be your Miss Piggy, and he's up for it. Fantastic news. Okay, get House Ricker on board. Form alliance. They're quite powerful, but again, they're not large enough that could be an issue. Try with my elegant writing. I think that's probably appropriate, and he liked it. It's kind of a surprise, to be honest. All right, and then House Ricker are nicely softened. Form an alliance. They're up for it. That's some good news. Then we speak to the Lord of Hayford, whose heir is Perkin Hayford. Already betrothed, but he's only just recently married House Valerian. So hopefully they'll have some kids soon, and then whoever their kid comes out will marry them off to one of our dynasty members. Another alliance. Then we've got those guys on this side, Hayford on this side. We've got a pincer maneuver, us in Rosby. We are in a very, very powerful position at that stage. And Dane Heresis is pregnant again. That might be George's final child, unfortunately, because cancer's another -20% fertility, don't forget. No, we can build a war chest eventually, I'm sure. We definitely can't. All right, so the plan then. Change tactic. Tyrion, you've got to have made some enemies at this stage. 56% or not. What about Tyrion's children? 59, 53. Oh, come on. 62. Shit. House Lannister is a very small pot to pull from at this stage, unfortunately. So she's not worth killing. I'm looking for slightly larger dynasties to start wiping out. What about the Tyrells? 30 of them. Gas. Gas. Shoot him in the ass with an arrow. Or, hang on, look at this. Garland. 76% plot power. 74.6 plot power, my bad. Get some people on board. We haven't got any gold. Oh, shit. What we could do, though, wouldn't it be a shame if Lord Garland the Gallant were to go completely mad? Now, we've got to find a good balance here. We want to kill off. Bear in mind, for a murder, we get 10 points. To get a claim, it's 40 points for our kids. If we kill them off using our powers to do so, we're not going to be able to make a profit. And we're never going to be able to eventually get the claims that we need for our kids. So maybe there's a better target. What about Dawn? What about the House of Martell? They've been pissing off a lot of people for quite a long time. Oh, it's Oberyn's son. There are many members of... they're all... Are they legit bastards, though? They're not. They're all Sands. Man, that's annoying. Is there any way to... It's a shame you can't sort, like, great houses. Great house... I mean, obviously there is, but no... None of the significant ones. Diplo range, yes. What do we say my religion group, then? This might be a good way to track him down. Renly Baratheon. Daughter of Sir Alyssand and Renly Baratheon. 72%. You know what? I feel like this one's a bit more lightly. And again, he's a tiny child. It's a little bit easier to get the job done at that stage. 22%. We need a bit more gold. We need a bit more gold. I'm sorry, Seduction Focus. You've done us well here. Might have been the only thing that's actually kept this dynasty around. But... Georgie Porgy. Oh, no. That's a minus 5.5. Oh, fuck. How long does that last? We've got to survive a year. He's developed his skills, and he wrote a book before he died. A Pain of Thrones. A novel co-written by famous author George Martin and 2 hairless apes recruited from the Citadel Menagerie. Unlocks a targeted decision to spread extremely vicious rumors about a character. That's incredible. Okay. Now, that one is like 20 points, isn't it, for a minus 20 opinion? Let's take a look here. Adaption. There it is. Permit an adaption to be made as character severely destroying public opinion due to poor... Whatever that says. Writing, that's it. 20 opinion. Again, it's a lot cheaper than any of the other powers, but we've got to be sure. That would again, be more useful if we wanted to climb the ladder. That would be more useful for our plots over here rather than our plots out there in the realm. Damn it, there's got to be someone we can kill off to fuel our stuff. Okay, come on. So we've got someone with just high plot power. Siblings. 80.5. Hang on. Member of House Aaron. Oh, but she's not a member of House Aaron. Bollocks. But like, what about some of the, not major lords, but still some of the people who would be hated? Ramsay Bolton, for example. Ramsay the Weird. People actually want to join this plot, too. 61. Arnulf, get in here. Get another one. 73.2. Let's get a Spy Master up there as well for another 9%. It's not much, but it's better than nothing here. I feel like we might be able to bump off Ramsay here. It's tricky with no gold, though. Let's hope we can start getting some coin going here. Let's start swaying some of the other lords in the north. Bear in mind, if we start swaying other lords in the north, we can go back to our Stark plan and kill off some more of these guys. Oh! Lord Paramount Tyrion discovered my plot to kill Ramsay Bolton and told Maester. Of all the people I was expecting to be... Oh, she's another genius. Fucking yes, man. Okay. Bethany? Who have we got left? Have we got any names of main female characters that we've murdered off here? We've got an Arya, haven't we? So we've got a Loras, we've got a Sansa, we've got an Arya. We've got a Falsey. There's a lot of Falsey. Or Jane. There's a lot of Janes in Game of Thrones. That one works pretty well. Jane Westerling, obviously being the... Jern? You know what? Leave it. That was a typo, but I love it. Jane Westerling probably being the most famous Jane in the books anyway. Alright. Who are we going to give you to? Margaret. Margaret, train Jern. Train my Jern Merton into hopefully a character that, again, we can sell off for another... I say sell off. Obviously, I don't mean sell off. I mean, for the price of some gold, trade our daughter away for an alliance, which is definitely not the same as selling her. What in the big fuck is this? When we found the dragon-engraved door of the chamber, we could hardly believe our eyes. Archmaester Jard and I had nearly given up. That day would be our very last of our search. We decided So our discovery must surely have been a miracle. My hands were shaking as I, alongside the servants, cleared the last rubble and heaved the door open. Lantern held high above our heads. My colleague and I entered first. The faint light fell on the countless pots and chests, elaborate wall paintings in great Valyrian forge. Something else reflected the light from deep within the chamber. Something deep black. Giles... keep reading things so wrong today. Giles's breaths were quick and shallow. It cannot be. We found an obsidian tablet. Whoa. At obsidian tablet to the treasury of George Martin, we found... Oh, so the trip to Valyria yields unique things. I guess that's why we... Maybe there's an additional fail chance then. 3rd time's the charm, and look at that. What does that do? Learning plus... Oh, a flat learning plus 2 is fantastic. Technology spread rate plus 5%. God knows why they've done that, given that they know there's no technology in the game. Said to have been written by Hermes Trismegistus himself. Ah, now I see what the issue is with that. And the first of the Martin, the 2nd generation of the Martin dynasty requires educating. So, goodbye to our plots for a while. I hate to say it, but George may have hit his limit. Study of languages. Wouldn't it be appropriate if for our Maester specialization, we went for language for George? I think it couldn't be any more perfect, right? Attack it right away. God knows what we're attacking. Kill it dead. Fought the boar as best we could. Excellent work. Did we ever end up swaying Bobby anymore? 24. No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately then, Oh, we're multilingual now. Diplomacy plus 1, learning plus 1, and a platinum link. Wow, have we never studied for a platinum link before? We've got 2. Become an authority on linguistics, learning and diplomacy. I couldn't think of anything more appropriate for George. He's a master schemer and a master linguist. A cunning linguist, if you will. Hence the many children. Although, obviously I'm well aware that doesn't lead to... Okay, we don't need to... I really don't need to extrapolate on that. I'm sure the people watching are well aware. Thank you. Let's leave it there before I get demonetized. Good work, everyone. Great news. We killed many people and have fuck all to show for it. I can't believe that. That is just the luck of the draw, unfortunately. The succession is very, very complex, and we didn't get the... We missed out on the chance to get landed, but we've written a bunch more books. We've got a specialization going there. That's as far as we can go through the society, because as I recall, we can't write a great work or anything because we have to be... Oh, hang on. Now, I know that only unlanded characters can progress up to Maester and Archmaester. I didn't know we could still write a great work, though. If we study for linguistics again, we can write a great work. Oh, shit. As George's final legacy left behind. That would be awesome. But I feel like us playing as George Riddle Martin is going to a very sudden and tragic end. We might be able to cure it. We might be able to get some plots going here, but with no gold... And I think it'd be worth focusing on our next education, our next generation's education specifically. I think that's more valuable than trying to prolong the life of a man who's had a very illustrious life spent plowing Daenerys and writing books. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We will be able to begin the real meat of the series, which is going to be our dynasty building starting tomorrow. We've already got some alliances. Let's get a goddamn throne. I think I would like to see the House Martin on the Iron Throne and the seat of every seat in the Free Cities. A total map conquest. That'd be weird. Thank you to Norstrus, Tyler Kendall, Noble S, Tony McClam, The Potato Eater, Scary Scurvy, Iguana Squad, Tom Terrier, 18, Blue the Lazy Archer, Pelvis Presley, Paint Dennisar, Alchemia, and everyone else at Insane Tilvers on Patreon for their support in making the channel possible in the first place. Big shout out to these guys. Thank you for giving me a chance to churn out 4 videos a day so that everyone hopefully has something they can enjoy. Thank you as well. I shouldn't say churn out. That really doesn't sell it, huh? I need a marketer. Thank you as well to Mason Fireblast, Jaden, Meow Volcano, Evan Dragon 323, Ben Taylor, Cody Cope, Panther Pearl, Derek F, Genji Circa, Mythomatic, RKL, Demon X Jester, Super Nanny 089, Warcats, and everyone else at Patreon as well for their support additionally. Thank you guys for making the channel possible. See you all tomorrow for what may be Generation 2 of the George Martin Dynasty.